Hi guys, welcome to another episode of It's Critical. I'm your host Kritika Singh, and with me today I have two very special guests. And when I say special, they are also part of my very close knitted circle. And please welcome Urvi Mehta, who is a healthcare marketer with 18 years of experience. And Urvi has been my mentor and guide, and now a friend. Urvi was very happy to come on board and help me do this episode on It's Critical. And we also have Jay Mehta with us. Jay is Urvi's son and a teenager who's just completed his 10th and board examination. And Jay is a foodie. Jay loves music. Jay plays a lot of songs, and we'll listen to and hear more about Jay's food journey and his nutrition journey along the way during this podcast. Happy listening. Welcome on the show, Jay, Urvi.
Thank you, Kritika.
I think to start with, Urvi, welcome on board and welcome on board, Jay. Um, how do you feel being here, Jay? You are the first teenager on our show, and I think this is the first podcast you are a part of. So, how do you feel?
I'm nervous.
You're nervous.
Yeah.
I think by the end of it, you will be more confident, so don't worry. Yeah, so Urvi, how about you? How are you doing, and how are you dealing with everything during this COVID-19 lockdown?
Right. First of all, thank you so much, Kritika, for having Jay and me over. I think this is a big motivation for Jay as well, and also some kind of recognition for the hard work that he's gone through in the last few months. And you're right, we have a very special relationship, and this is a relationship that I'll cherish all my life. I love you just as much as I love Jay. So you are definitely very, very precious. Uh, Last few months has been quite a roller coaster. There have been, many ups as well as certain downside of, what we keep seeing.
Yeah.
Lots of people that we know are either dealing with the whole COVID situation, or they've lost their lives, or even economically, people have lost jobs. So it's not been great when you hear stories outside, but touchwood, life has been beautiful for me. Uh, the work has really done well. In terms of Jay, we were dealing with the many things. His 10th grade, so because of which he had taken a step back towards health. Now we're focusing more on his fitness and his health. That's probably been the biggest achievement that we've seen over the last 3 months.
Wow. And talking about Jay's achievement and his fitness regime, Urvi, I know that you reached out to Roshni Sangvi, who is the nutritionist, who's also part of It's Critical, and she's on board with us in the next episode. So, what motivated you to reach out to Roshni and then look at plant-based nutrition for Jay?
Yeah, so Roshni is family. Roshni is Jay's cousin from his father's side. Very dear, and she has, I've been following what she does, her nutrition, her workout. I've seen, the significant transformation in a few clients of hers, and I remember reaching out to her, before Jay's final exams, board exams could happen. So I reached out to her, asked her, what, how can we really work this out? So she said, don't worry, let's wait for his exams to get over and I'll take over. So while that was just a thought and it didn't really, nothing much happened after Jeff finished his exams, he went to his grandparents' house in Mysore, and I met him after, I think, about a month. And when I met him, uh, I was shocked because he had put on a lot of weight. He had already put on weight, but I think with his lifestyle and things, the way that we none of us had even ever put any kind of limitations to what he could eat and what not. I saw him, and he had put on about 100 kilos then. So that shocked both his dad and me, and we said we have to work and get him back to shape. Uh, that was the first thing we did, was reach out to Roshni, and Roshni said, "This is not going to be an easy journey. Give me the next 6 months, and I'll make sure Jay will never have to look back at his weight again." And she's always said that ever since we spoke. So we've just completed the first 3 months, and when Roshni took us on, she said, "It's not going to be Jay alone. You and Jay's dad, as parents, need to be equally involved.
Yeah.
That means we need to exercise, we need to maintain diet. It's just not Jay alone."
Yeah,
She's
and
lost a lot of weight through the
yeah,
diet itself.
and
Yeah,
also
I have.
as parents, you guys also need to be a good support system for Jay or for any kid. A parent needs to be a support system while they are the kids are transitioning. So I think it's more important because it also is to do with the mental health, or the thought process that the kid is in. So I think Jay, you were in good hands.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so Jay, how did you feel about this when you started your nutrition journey with Roshni?
It was difficult. It was actually difficult because I was a big foodie. I love all kinds of food. Anything you name it, I like it. And I had to cut down most of it for the diet.
Especially the cheese and the burgers and the fries. But
Yeah, most of it.
yeah, but how did you plan on saying yes for a plant-based diet chart for you, Jay?
I I wanted to lose weight. I looked really fat. I've lost around 8 kgs since I've started the diet
Wow,
in
10,
three
Jay.
months.
It's 10. It's 10.
Almost.
wow. And do you feel the change that the plant-based diet brought into your lifestyle?
Yeah.
And how do you feel about it? Like, do you feel happy that you took that decision, or do you feel that, okay, I need to go back to eating the way that I used to eat before, or how do you feel?
I feel happy that I took the decision because it's helping me a lot in losing my weight. Yeah, it's not only the exercise, it's even the diet that helps.
Yeah, yeah. And I think it's not just the weight. Eventually, maybe Urvi will uh, probably guide me here. You will start seeing change in your skin. You'll start seeing change in the way you feel about what you eat. Urvi was telling me how once you also said that now you can taste the food better and the vegetables better. So Urvi, can you just walk us through that journey of Jay?
Yeah, so I think Jay's foodie attitude has come from his father and me, and actually everyone in our houses have been big foodie. That's his dad's side of house and my side of family. We've been big foodies. Like Jay said, we have our taste for everything, and it was difficult to take this journey on, and that was the first thing Roshni said, that if you really come to me, the first thing you need to do is move towards a plant-based diet. She said, not that I'm not going to give you any cheats, you will have cheats, but largely about 80% you have to follow the plant-based. So when we started off, initially it was difficult for us, right? We're so used to eating dairy, we're so used to eating other things, so it was quite difficult for us. So at some point, I discussed this with Jay before signing on with Roshni, and he said yes. So Jay is very adventurous. He says yes to everything. Second, third day he gives up mostly. When it comes to food, when it comes to diet, when it comes to exercise, when it comes to studies, or even if there is something that is disciplined, he will never follow it. So I was, in my mind, knew that this is not going to last for more than a week, and his dad was very upset with the fact that this, as a child, he will have to go through this whole deprivation of his favorite foods. But I think at some point, we knew what was more important was his health. So we went and did some tests. Roshni had advised us some tests. We did some tests, and we realized that it's high time that he, turns back. What had happened in his ninth grade and 10th grade, because of the studies, the pressure on studies, he was away from sports. He was away from any kind of activities outside. So that had added on, and also children binge a lot. So there was no restriction to his binging. But what we did was, I think when he started his plant-based diet, I only searched for innovative recipes. I used to bug Roshni very so often, that what can he eat, what can't he eat. I think over time Jay's taken that on, and Jay is in touch with Roshni every day about. So I told you Roshni is his cousin, so he'll text her, Didi, can I eat this? Didi, is it okay? Didi, can I, today get one cheat meal? So Roshni makes him earn that cheat. So one whole week of hard work gives him one cheat meal a week. So I've never seen Jess be so committed. He has been, and his exercise is flexible. There are times that Roshi calls me up and says, I'm so proud of Jay, because there are so many, sometimes certain exercises that she said takes so long for my other students, and Jay has just managed to get it. So we're all very proud of the journey. Food had been a big cause, but we started seeing that digestion was better when we moved to plant-based. That agility was there. We were not lethargic anymore. And we also did some intermittent with it. So that way, in the night we could sleep well. There were no heartburns. There were no, there lots of things uh, that were going wrong. We started seeing those results. Like I said, sleep was one of it. Um, all of that. Although Jay still sleeps very late because he likes to play on his PlayStation, but otherwise, you know, we see the quality of life is improved. What's also worked is the lockdown, where we were only limited to ordering, cooking at home rather than ordering outside. So that helped. But this journey has been extremely fruitful. Um, you know, we are not vegans, but we practice plant-based diet for at least 5 days, 6 days a week. While Jay does it more often, I it's very difficult for me. I did it for some time. Jay mentioned I've lost some weight as well. I've lost almost about 6 kilos or more in the last 3 months.
So also, when it comes to plant-based diet, I think the beauty of plant-based diet is that you're not just helping your body and your health, which is both mental and physical health, but you're also helping the climate, you're also helping the animals. So even if to start with if you can cut down on the usual way of eating, and like you said, if you only eat as a cheat meal or once or twice a week, that also helps you stop all those other issues related to animal agriculture. And to start with, I think Jay, you're doing brilliant, and I am sure that if this yields you benefits, you will surely look at adding more options and plant-based alternatives to your lifestyle going forward. So, talking about plant-based lifestyle, Urvi, being a foodie, like you said, it was hard for you. So, what are the major areas where you think that an alternative in our nation, especially when we talk about India, what are the few alternatives to meat or dairy do you feel that is necessary to come in the market?
So one, definitely a lot of innovation. There's already so much of innovation there. I think more innovation in R&D.
Yeah.
If you can get a texture and feel and taste of meat, like how Satan is, but Satan is still not completely evolved, right? There are lots of experiments going on the taste. If you can get something that's closer, right? It helps people who are trying to wean away from meat. Dairy alternatives, we found a ton of dairy alternatives. Jay was never into milk, but I have in my fridge from vegan butter to vegan cheese to vegan mozzarella to vegan cheddar,
Wow.
vegan curd. Um, I think there's an alternative for everything available, and there's so much that you can make even in your own house. Jay, you were saying something.
Yeah, I was just talking about the vegan mozzarella, vegan cheese, and stuff.
Wow. And Jay, do you see any difference in taste? Like how different is a vegan cheese from a dairy cheese?
The vegan mozzarella, it's pretty similar. It is pretty
Wow.
similar. But the seitan, I haven't tasted seitan yet, but the soya chap, it's it doesn't taste too similar.
Okay. So for you, what do you think will be, if I have to ask you, what are those two uh, things that you miss the most, or the two things which you would want alternatives to come up? What would that be?
Definitely a better tasting butter because the butter that we use is pretty tasteless.
Yeah.
And one more is some vegan ice cream, good vegan ice cream. There's not a lot of vegan ice cream in the market right now, but yeah,
Yeah, so I think everybody who's listening to us, if you guys are looking at doing some R&D or getting into venturing into a vegan or plant-based food business, then you have it right here from someone who's transitioning. Moving ahead, guys, before I ask you the last few questions, we would like to do a small rapid fire round with both of you, and I'll ask one word. I'll say one word to each of you, and you'll have to reply with one word answers. All right.
Sure.
So going ahead, Urvi, the first question for you is dog.
Dog. Honest.
Jay, frog.
jump.
Okay. Urvi, frog.
Frog.
Yeah.
Prince.
Jay, dog.
Cute,
Cute.
Urvi, money.
Money. Comfort.
Jay, money.
lifestyle,
Urvi, sustainability.
Important.
Jay, food.
tasty,
Urvi, food.
tasty,
Food. Tasty.
Jay, sustainability.
necessary,
Urvi, vegan.
Difficult.
Jay, vegan.
plants,
Urvi, health.
Important.
Jay, health.
What's that?
fitness,
Fitness.
fitness.
All right. So I think we are done with our rapid fire round, and it was pretty good. It was interesting to know how food means tasty for both of you, and that only shows how much you guys love food. And so, yeah, moving forward, I think the next question would be Urvi for you. Um, Given the whole scenario and given the whole way Jay is transitioning at the moment, how do you think, where do you head from here? Like, how are you planning to incorporate plant-based diet in your lifestyle?
So we've already incorporated a large amount of our cooking is plant-based. We like it or not, most of it is. Uh, Jay does almost 90% of it. We try to do 60-70%. That'll be. I mean, it's very difficult for us to totally give up on on dairy and stuff. But I see that being the most sustained aspect in our lives moving forward.
Yeah.
We still, I mean, these are small milestones. 10 kilos is small milestones. We have a long way to go, and a lot of fitness. I mean, Jay's whole fitness regime has gone to a different level altogether. So with Roshni coming in, she makes sure the exercises are on, and his father and me, both of us, have started incorporating exercises in our lifestyle. But when it comes to diet, I think it's here to stay. It's here to stay for all of us. If we have more options in the market, we'd love to try out, but it's here to stay.
And Jay, what do you think about it? Are you going to continue the way you eat now, or are you planning to go back to the ways that you were eating before?
I'm gonna continue the way I eat now.
All right. And do you see recommending it to people, or how do you see it going forward?
I I am gonna recommend it to people.
Okay. And so when it comes to energy, how different do you feel, or how energetic do you feel after this transition, Jay?
I can jog almost. I can jog almost 1.5 to 2 kilometers without taking any breaks.
Wow.
Even though it's a slow jog, I can jog that much. Yeah.
Wow, that's great, Jay, and thank you so much for sharing your journey with us. I know how difficult it would have been for you to start this journey, but now that you are on this journey and this path, I just wish you all the best, and I hope we get more plant-based alternatives in the market so that you can continue on this journey without any difficulty. And thank you so much, Urvi, for choosing us to share your journey with the world. And it was
Thank you, Kritikal.
beautiful having you guys on board.
Likewise. Thank you.
Thank you. Guys, for everyone who would like to follow Jay and Urvi, can you please let us know where all can people follow and connect with you?
Yeah, you can follow me on Instagram. The comment section will have the link to my Instagram ID.
All right. And Jay, what about you?
On Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, wherever.
All right.
The link will be in the description.
All right. So, for everyone who would like to follow them, the link will be provided by me on in the description and as well as in our articles. And to follow It's Critical, you can go to Instagram. The ID is @ITSKRITIKALPODCAST, and on Twitter it's ITSKRITIKALPOD. And you can also visit www.itscritical.com to find all our videos, audios, and articles at one place. And to become a Patreon, you can go to the link which is in the description below. Happy listening.